What's up, everybody? Fitness and business. Why is fitness important to business? I think that would kind of be like self-explanatory, but if it's not, let's talk about it a little bit. Um, I'm not like some great big trainer or bodybuilding dude, but I do believe in fitness. I love fitness. I really enjoy working out every morning. I try to work out every morning. It is what coffee is to some people, working out is for me. I deal with high blood pressure. So I have to take the garlic pills and things of that nature to keep my blood pressure down. But if you are an entrepreneur, right? And I'm gearing this more towards entrepreneurs, but this really affects everybody. But right now, let's just talk entrepreneurs and businessmen and women. A lot of times you're dealing with clients, you're dealing with the stress of the business, you're dealing with whatever it is that you do for a living to make your business thrive. That can put your body under a lot of stress, a lot of stress. And as everybody already knows, stress kills. Whether you are a parent, whether you are working a 9 to 5, whatever you're doing, stress can kill. As an entrepreneur, a lot of times I'll deal with clients, and I have some clients where it's just easy, like clockwork, and I don't even have to think about it. I know this is getting done. I know that's getting done. Other times I have clients who really, really, really test me, and not test me in the sense of everything is always bad, but it's like, did I take care of this? Did I take care of that? Did I make sure this was okay? Did I make sure that was okay? So that way I can, know that operation went okay. Because at the end of the day, there's still a client, and you have to make sure that you give good customer service, because that's your vendor, and that's whether it be a truck driver or the government that you're working for, they're still your clients. So you need to make sure that you deliver a good service. That can put your body under a lot of stress. I used to travel a lot when I was contracting, and I would be in California, or, I'll talk about the trip to Africa. I always talk about the trip to Africa because so many things were manifested and made apparent to me while I was on that trip. But in California, I had a 16-hour day, right? Basically, we were going from Los Angeles to Fort Irwin, and I had to make sure that 9 refrigerated trucks made it to Fort Irwin. The first thing that happened was the drivers that were originally scheduled to do the job, they quit on me at like 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning, I didn't have any drivers to get these trucks out to Fort Irwin. I had to make some moves, make some things happen, had to go get all new drivers. Got the drivers. Now, you're talking about maybe, I don't remember 100% correctly. You can Google it if you want, but I think it's like maybe 160 miles to Fort Irwin from the area we were in. Now, we had to run that over and over and over and over and over again all day. We started at about 7 in the morning. We finished up at midnight. That's endurance. Endurance, your stamina, all of these things that are needed to make yourself able to do the job. Another thing is with me being a business owner, a lot of times you look at the top tier position, whoever's the boss, whoever's the leader, whoever is the head of the company. To me, that person needs to have the ability to outwork any and everybody that is a part of that company. To me, there's no job in my company that I won't do. I will do every job, whether it be the position that I'm in or the position that gets me started. I will do all of the positions. I will do all of the jobs, all of the positions in my job I work on. My thing is, your people look to you for leadership. Your people look to you to be the steady hand at the wheel when things might not be going right. So it's your job to project the image of steadiness and leadership. A part of that is vitality and being able to be in shape and have the stamina and endurance to outlast any of your other business competitors, or if you have to do a job that somebody in your organization can't do, you do it. You want your people to believe in you. You want your people to want to work hard for you. You want your people to want to say, I'm willing to go to the mat for this guy because I know how hard Fred will work for me. So to me, that requires you to be physically sound, As I like to talk about Africa, when I was in Africa, I was in Rwanda, and it was a 19-hour flight, 8 hours on one flight, 11 hours on another. And that right there alone was endurance. But you have to be sound and astute to take care of business while you're in another country, especially a third world country. You have to be able to be on your A game. Not to say that you're a superhero, but the way you look, the way you project your image to, another client, another vendor, is important. I believe that, that's not to say that you could be, I guess, out of shape. I mean, if that's what you want, but I feel like the presentation you give when you're in shape lets people know that you're able to handle whatever it is that they're giving to you. It gives a sense of confidence. I'm not a tall guy, but a lot of times, how they say, when they see tall people, which I don't agree with, it gives a sense of they give a sense of security, I think is what they say. But to me, it's not about that. It's about the in-shapeness of whoever it is, male or female. And if you notice and if you watch, a lot of business folks are really in shape. They're into their fitness. They're into their health. They're into their diet. Diet is important too. Your body is a machine. What you put in that machine will determine how it reacts and how it acts. They tell you are what you eat, right? I think I've heard that before. If you put a bunch of products in yourself, right, that are laden with, chemicals, antibiotics and all that stuff, you're damaging your insides. Now, you can't see what's going on inside of you, right? But by not having a healthy diet, a balanced diet, you are breaking down what is the machine inside your body, if that makes sense. All the different organs, that need certain things to function. You're breaking them down if you're not treating them right. So your diet is important as well. Making sure that you eat, at the times that that you're supposed to eat is important. Another important thing is mental fitness. A lot of times I think men more so than women, will hold stuff in because we feel like, especially in leadership positions, we'll hold stuff in because we feel like if we tell anybody what's going on, if we tell somebody we're depressed, if we tell somebody that something isn't right, you'll be looked upon differently. You'll be looked upon in a way of that you're not strong. You don't project, strength. I don't agree with that. I believe that if you are able to express yourself mentally, and express what's going on in your mental, it makes you stronger. It makes you more, astute and sound. Because if something is bothering you, you can't concentrate on what the task is at hand. So you need to be able to let somebody know that, hey, this is bothering me, or hey, that's bothering me. So that way, you've gotten it out, number one. But number two, the people that are there to support you are prepared to support you because they know that you're going through something. Everybody goes through something. The thing I love about Contract Fortune, the thing I love about Apex, was we all talked to each other. We were all brothers before we built businesses together. We talked to each other about family. We talked to each other about business. We talked to each other about how we feel. We talked to each other about health. I love the fact that we're a small house right now. We're a small house, so the brotherhood that I have with my business partners is still intact. These things need to be talked about. Now, we only talk about them amongst each other, but we still talk. And that's important if you're going to run a business. People want to know that the person that they're following for whatever business that it is in shape to handle that business. When you start dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars and millions of dollars, your mental health, your decision-making ability, your image in the boardroom, All of these things are important. And it may seem like something that's trivial. You know, I hear people so often say, oh, I can't get started without my coffee. I can't, you know what I mean? I don't really drink coffee. I don't like coffee. I think coffee hurts you more than helps you. I think if people put, and these are my opinions, I think if people put the same amount of energy into working out as they do into a cup of coffee in the morning, you will get the same results. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like I'm not 100% sure, the same chemicals are released because when you drink a cup of coffee, is it like serotonin or one of those tonins is released. It's a pleasure, what's that thing called? Like, not an endorphin, but whatever that thing is. It's released. And to me, I get that from jogging. So I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you how to run your business. I can't tell you what to do to your body. I can't tell you to do any of those things. But I will tell you that, you know, health is important. Health is important regardless of what you do. Health as a parent, your kids want you here as long as they can have you. Health as whatever job it is you're doing is important because, you know, you want to be here as long as you can. That's why I also preach, real quick, I also preach that philosophy of I can't wait till Friday, but I hate Sunday night. That's no way to live. That's just no way to live. You're living under a constant anxiety and pressure. Because if you're only living for Friday, right? And all the days in between, you're dreading your job. You don't like your job. You spend more time with your coworkers than you do with your family anyway, if you add it up. If you don't enjoy those moments, if you're not enjoying those moments, if you're just there doing a job, trying to kill time, you're not really living life. To me, that was why I never really could adapt to a conventional 9 to 5. I couldn't conform to a conventional 9 to 5 because I just didn't want to have that feeling of, oh, I hate getting up and going to this place. And I started feeling that when I was, 18, 19 years old. But I'm not going to lie, I had one job in my life that I loved, and that was the greatest thing ever. And I don't mind talking about it. It was Southwest. I worked for Southwest Airlines when I was in my early 20s. I think that was the last job I had, like conventional job. And I loved that job. That was the greatest job ever. I flew for free. It was great. It was great benefits, but whatever. I never wanted to have that feeling of I'm living for Friday and, you know, Sunday night I'm hating life again. Because those 5 days in between, you know, what are you doing with those? Monday to Friday, you just don't like them. Are you not living? You know, do they not exist? Is it just something that you block out? That's not living life. I love Monday. Monday, all my vendors open back up. I can talk to everybody again. I can do business again. So I live for every day of the week. You know, of course I like the weekend because everybody can come out to play. But whatever. Yeah, but that's why fitness is important, and you need to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. So like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to contractfortune.com. And thank you I hope you have a good day. Have a good night. Enjoy your day. Go work out.